If you have somebody in the audience who wants to pick a fight with you, there is a really great trick I want to teach you. It'll happen while you're speaking, it'll happen during Q&A, it'll happen somewhere else to make for a mess. And I'm going to teach you the trick of feel, felt, found. It is in your workbook. I think it's on page 4. And it's a really simple little technique. It can be this simple. Let's say I'm talking about testicular cancer and animal research. Let's use that example again. And somebody stands up and says, I don't care, 23 million is still too many. I could say, boy, I can imagine how you feel. I have felt the same way before, especially when I look at my 2 dogs and my cat every night, because I'm an animal lover too. But what I have found is that the payoff is so great. And for people like, what's your name? I keep looking at you. Renee. And for people like Renee who love somebody who has fought testicular cancer, I think that sometimes we need to look at those issues. So you're saying, oh, I know how you feel. And if you don't know how they feel, you say, oh, I can only imagine how you feel. I have felt that same way before. And here's what I found. So let me tell you how I worked through it. If you use feel, felt, found, you will disarm people. They will become your friends. There are all sorts of words you can use there, and I put them in a list here so that you can just kind of play around with it. I see that you feel really upset by this idea. I have found that this happens sometimes when I speak. Other people have felt the same way, but what I've found helps them is this. Okay, so you're acknowledging their feelings. Again, I know how you feel. I have felt the same way before, and here's what I found. Sometimes you don't have to do anything but, I know how you feel, I have felt the same way, and I have found X, Y, Z. That simple. Now, if you're not sincere when you use this, you will sound like a used car salesman or a used car saleswoman. So don't do it unless you're sincere. Margaret Mead said, never doubt that a small group of committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. You are a small group of committed citizens. You can change the world. You can take these simple techniques and go out there and volunteer to speak and share your passion and tell your story and find clinical participants or convince people that the sort of testing that you do is not scary and bad, but only for the good of the greater universe.